Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. Naming conventions are essential in programming as they help maintain code readability, consistency, and ease of maintenance. When it comes to naming your application, it's important to adhere to certain guidelines that reflect best practices. Below, I will cover some key considerations for naming conventions, as well as provide a few code examples. ############################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################################### names, choose names that clearly describe the purpose of the application or the specific functionality of components within it. Consistency, stick to a naming pattern across your application. If you start with camelcase, continue using it throughout. Avoid abbreviations, unless widely recognized, avoid abbreviations that could confuse other developers. Use standard conventions, follow established conventions for the programming language you are using, example pascalcase for classes in C#, snake_case for Python. ###2. Naming conventions by language. ###JavaScript. Files and folders, use camelcase for file names and folder names, example mycoolapp, userprofile.js. Variables and functions, use camelcase, example getUserProfile, username. Constants, use upper_snake_case, example max_users, API_URL. Example. ###Python. Files, use snake_case for file names, example my_cool_app.py. Classes, use pascalcase, example userProfile. Functions and variables, use snake_case, example get_user_profile, user_name. Example. ###C#. Files, use pascalcase for file names, example mycoolapp.cs. Classes, use pascalcase, example userProfile. Methods, use pascalcase, example getUserProfile. Variables, use camelcase, example username. Constants, use upper_snake_case, example max_users. Example. ###3. Naming conventions for APIs. When naming your API endpoints, consider the following. Use nouns for resources, use nouns to represent the resources, example /users/products. Use HTTP methods appropriately, use get for retrieving, post for creating, put for updating, and delete for removing resources. Use plural nouns for consistency, example /users instead of /user. Example. ###4. Tips for naming applications. Descriptive, the application name should convey its purpose, example task manager for a task management application. Short and simple, aim for brevity while maintaining clarity. Avoid special characters, stick to letters, numbers, and underscores to avoid issues in various environments. Check availability, if the application will be public, check that the name is not already in use. ###Conclusion. Adhering to naming conventions in your application is critical for creating maintainable, readable, and scalable code. By following these guidelines and examples, you can help ensure that your code remains clear and understandable for yourself and others in the future.